So, hey guys, you see I've got my lunch here. We're making this one kind of a little impromptu and a little cordial and not too professional, all this good stuff. So, I wanted to go through a new feature that I just found out about today within Cartflows. This is a software that I've really been kicking the tires with, and I've been very excited with what I've seen so far. And they've released a feature that is kind of opening up a whole new avenue of how you could create your sales funnels within Cartflows. So what we're going to do in this video is walk through what the functionality is, show you kind of an end result of what it, how it could be, and then also show you how to create it for yourself. So let's first go in and show you what not to do, what a bad example of sales funnels would be. So I've built a very, very basic web page. Let me make sure that you can see my screen. There we go. So I've built a very, very basic website using the 2019 theme. Golly, I'm just not getting used to this theme. So let's go ahead and go to the shop page that I've set up. And in the shop page, we've created some items here. We have a free product, a bump offer, and an upsell with some intense guy staring you down here. And the purpose of this is to show how bad the sales process is if you're trying to generate lead magnets using WooCommerce. We can. So for example, if you want to check out this free product, let's say this be some sort of printable or something you want to use to build your list. You can add it to your cart, and then you can view the cart. And then you can, let's get the quantity down here, update the cart. Just count how many clicks we're doing here just to check out this one free product. Okay, so now we're here, and now we have all sorts of information to fill out just to claim our free product. And then we can place our order. And finally, if all is well and good, our order is completed. We should have, I just got an email that the order went through correctly, and we should have another customer into our database and be able to start building our list using e-commerce. This is no good, guys. Like, this would take forever to go through and do this process. That's kind of why those opt-in forms where all they have to do is put their email address in has become so popular, because you're achieving the same goal. You're still getting the ability to have this person onto your marketing newsletter, obviously getting their explicit consent and all that good stuff. But if you want to mix e-commerce and marketing, it can be a little bit confusing, and two different systems you're working with here. So Cartflows has kind of changed that. And let me show you the finished product of a much better process here. And let me remember what this checkout page is here. Okay. So what if instead you go through and you have this landing page here. Let's say there's a free offer advertised on your page. And as you scroll through, you can, oh, I really want this, really want this. You're curious what the price is going to be. And then you get down to the bottom and, oh, it's a free product. How fantastic. And so you decide, okay, all you have to do, kind of like an email opt-in form, all you have to do is put your email address in, and you're about ready to go check out. And then you see, ooh, what is this? A one-time offer. And so you get a rocket ship for a measly sum of, let's say you're going to take it. You can add a rocket ship to your order for only $5. Now, this is the new feature within Cartflows, which is really, really cool, is that the payment information before, I don't know if you noticed, but the payment information was hidden when we did not want the product. However, so let me show you that. So let's say we don't want the product, our payment information goes away, and we can complete our order easily, instantly. But if we want to, we can add this to our order because they're already kind of interested. They're kind of juiced up from seeing our sales messaging, and they're ready to buy. Here's where things get really, really interesting. So we've gone from having a free offer to now let's just put in some test credit card information, and we're not going to save it for this one. Okay, so we've inputted this information, and we're going to take our bump offer. And so when we place it, now you've been able to unlock the full power. Let me make sure that it okay, now you can do pretty much the full power of Cartflows, which now we have, hey, wait, I've got your credit card in my hand. Before you go, do you want to add something else? Do you want to add a one-time offer onto your order? And let's say, well, golly, you know what, for this actually is not true. The product that I'm upselling is that coaching product. So, but this is just for demonstration purposes. We can add this to our order. And then bada bing, bada boom, with minimal friction, you've been able to get somebody with a free product, offer them a bump offer for a small amount of money. And like, let's just be honest, the big purpose of the bump offer in this context is to prove that the person's willing to pull their credit card information out at all. What ends up happening once, if they don't say yes to a small, low ticket bump offer, you won't have their credit card information on file in order to offer them that upsell. So the purchasing process, it has to start with something. And you can do split testing on your own to see which is most effective. But at the end of the day, what I kind of feel is that, introducing it with a small offer, and then you'll have a small take rate, but you might have a certain percentage of people who want to go all in. Obviously, maybe not from $5 to $197, but maybe to a $47 product or something like that. And you can see here they did get a discount. The discount was off of the coaching call here. Okay, so we blitz through that really, really quickly. Let's go ahead and build one out together here and show you how it all kind of ties in. So what I did to kind of get ready for this whole process was going into WooCommerce. I created 3 products. So the first product I created was just, and these are all virtual products. You can set up the products however you want to, but what's important here is you have a free product, and this is the $0.00 product. You have a bump offer, and I made mine $5. You can make yours whatever you'd like. Obviously, you'll want to do testing to make sure you know what is optimal for your particular audience and for your particular time. And hold on, let me check the comments here real quick. Can you offer a free product as a bump, just as a way to give them a second mint? Ooh, and ask for a sale later, or as a one-time offer, may sweeten the reader. Interesting. I will test that. I don't know. So let's go ahead and test that by creating a second free offer. So the question was, can you give them a bump of just basically having them opt in to getting something else for free? So let's call this second freebie as the product here. And we'll scroll down. We'll make this a virtual product. We'll give it $0 price. And let's give it an image as well, just for fun. Oh, we got some images here we can work with. So you get your own free virtual assistant working hard at his desk for free. Who would not take you up on that offer? Okay, so we have our second freebie created. Let's just go back and look at our products and remind ourselves what we did. So now we have a free product, a low ticket bump offer, a high ticket upsell, and you could string these together. You could create downsells, do whatever you want to do, and a second freebie. So let's go ahead and play with these and make a flow that shows this functionality really, really well. So we'll go into our flows section, and I was testing this just to make sure it all worked before I went live. And so let's go and add a new flow. You could start from scratch, but I like this one for the sake of this example. So what this guy does is it starts with kind of the long form sales process, but it doesn't make you click over to see a checkout page. I think this is a great way to go for free products, because it's kind of like you're offering them your freebie. You don't need to make them jump through too many hoops and all of that. So I like this guy, and it's going to send them to a thank you page. But you'll see we're going to do a little bit of customization here. So let's take this as our starting place and import it. I'm going to go full screen here so we have more room to work with. And we're going to test out that idea that Susie had. That's a pretty interesting one. I've never tested that. So let's call this live bump offer after freebie. Okay, so we have by default the checkout page, which we'll just take a quick look at, and the thank you page we'll take a quick look at. So this is now our page. Looks good. And our session has expired because we're looking at it in draft mode. So let's go ahead and customize this a little bit here. So we'll take test mode off, and let's go ahead and assign the product that we want to actually use here. Hit update. So let's go in to edit the product, scroll down below the sales letter, and let's select our product. We have free, we have something free. All right, we have free product and second freebie. So we'll select this one, and we'll go into, let me show you one thing here. So what we just did was added this product into our list, into our checkout process, but all right, so you see our free product here, but we still have all these checkout fields. And especially for a free product, anybody who would look at this checkout process, they'd be like, what the heck are you thinking? Why would I give you my street address to get your free product? That makes no sense whatsoever. So let's make sure we get out of the crazy land and fix this. So we'll go to checkout fields on our checkout cart area. And let's see here, enable coupon field. I don't think that makes sense. Why would you enable a coupon field for a free product? So we'll not do that. Enable custom field editor, yes, and enable different ship to address, no. So let's just go and take off all the stuff that makes absolutely zero sense for our purposes. Now, name, this is up to you. I'm going to make this as clean as possible. I want to make it kind of resemble an opt-in form. And so by only having email address, that's about as lean and mean as you can get. So we'll hit update. And now let's check out this page one last time. Okay, so scrolling through, looking good, looking good, looking good. Boom. So we've gotten rid of all the friction. All you have to do is put your email address in and click place order. Good so far, looking pretty good. That would have hopefully about as good of a conversion rate as any opt-in form you have. But here's where Cartflows kind of ups the ante a little bit and gives you additional ways to profit and kind of enjoy this entire experience. So in the order bump area, we're going to enable an order bump. And you can play with the styles, but really the purpose here, I think we have, I called it bump? I think I called it bump. So we have the bump offer. And you can play with the positioning. We'll play with that in a second. Let's give it an image. So let's say, I think the rocket ship is what we chose. Obviously, it doesn't really matter. And you can play here. One thing you want to say is add this amazing rocket ship to your order for only $5. And you could add customized discounts at this point. So you don't need to have you could have a coupon for the bump specifically, but you could also just say, hey, it's going to be a 50% discount off of it. So in reality, it's not going to be a $5 rocket ship. It's going to be a $2.50 rocket ship. Really going to make some profit with this funnel. I'll hit update. Now let's kind of iterate and check to see what this now did. So we'll hit refresh. And now, so here you can see our billing details are still here. But now our order is free. We don't see any payment processing opportunity here. But if you click on this, yes, I will take it for the order bump, you can see it's done the math for us. I did my math correctly. So it's a $2.50 order bump. And now the credit card processing opportunity presents itself right below it. Yeah, one thing I don't particularly care about this 2-column layout is that you got nothing over here now, and you've got all this stuff over here. So let's play with that real quick and see what our options are. So one option I'm curious about is bump order position. So we could do before checkout, after customer details, after order, after payment. Let's give it a shot after customer details and see what that does for us. Hit update. We'll hit refresh. Okay, so that looks kind of nice. You know, play with it, see what you want to do. I like this one. So email address and then a one-time offer, add this amazing rocket ship. So yes. And now you can see it kind of just levels out the length on the two different columns. Obviously, if you're dealing with a mobile situation, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be stacked anyways. So play with it how you will, but that's kind of some of the flexibility you have here. You can also make it go to a single column layout, but I think this is a good one overall. So let's play with a couple of steps here. So what if we don't take it? What if we just go through here and let's say I'm going to create a silly email address and let's place our order. We did not take the bump. It did not ask for our credit card information. And thank you, here's your goodies. So here you'd be able to put in the link to the product if it's a downloadable or a redirect, or they just access their dashboard and access their orders history. So that is without taking it. Let's show with taking it. So we'll do this again. And notice we haven't customized this thank you page. This was the thank you page that we just imported using Elementor. So now we're here back in the checkout page. Okay, so let's give ourselves another dummy email address and let's take the bump offer. So now we have our PayPal and credit card. I've already set up a credit card with a test account. Looks like it remembered my email address, and that's always a creepy thing. Oh, that's because I'm logged in, isn't it? Yeah, because I'm logged in, so that's fine. And then we'll place the order here using the test transaction credit card number. And now boom. So now a $2.50 transaction has been processed here. And it shows the free product and the bump offer and my order details. So that's great. And again, you deliver this any way you configure it in the product settings for WooCommerce. So that's all well and good, but let's kind of try to supercharge this a little bit. So let's go back to the flow and let's think about this. So like we mentioned earlier, once the credit card information is on file, you don't have to shut down the entire sales process right then and there. You know, there's a video I've done where I talk about 7 different sales funnels that you can do. And a lot of them include post-transaction opportunities, upsells, downsells, cross-sells, all sorts of fun things. can you do that here? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add a step to this flow, and we can look at upsells. And let's just look at one of these guys. So let's make it nice and simple. Let's say that after they buy their rocket ship and whatever the free product is, they want some lotions and potions or whatever this is. So we'll import this upsell. It's going to be terribly off-brand, but we're going to go with it. And so this is how you can kind of start customizing your own sales funnel without having to do all the design yourself. So we're going to take this guy, and I dragged it from the bottom where it brought it in initially. And we want this to show up before the thank you page, obviously, but after the checkout page process. So we'll go into the edit section. So now our cart flows, upsells, and downsells works with PayPal and Stripe. We're adding support. Okay, very nice. Thank you. So let's go down here and select our product. And this is going to be I think it was a coaching. Yeah, upsell coaching call. We'll sell it for 1, and let's give it a 25% discount for taking it. And let's hit update. And let's just spend, a minute or two and actually make this page look relevant here, because, otherwise they're not getting what they think they're getting. So we're here in Elementor. Wait, before we go, want some help implementing the thing you just bought? One-time offer, you'll never see this again. Let's just say 1 hour coaching, video recording, custom action plan. And of course, we're not selling organic cream anymore. We are selling this intense dude's face. So we'll insert that media. And so now we have a very unfitting background image, but we're going to go with it. And we have this one-click upsell. And you can see here, if we look at these, oops, oh, no, stop that. If we look at these buttons, you can see that because we imported the template, the links are already pre-configured into those buttons there. You could do this from scratch though, but I want to respect your time and just show this functionality here. So we've updated it. It's all looking good. Let's head back to our dashboard, and let's try to go through the whole shebang. Let's delete some of these other pages we have here. So now we should be able to go from a free offer, get to the upsell and the thank you page, all from an initial offering of a free product. So here's our engaging main headline, scrolling through. Gosh, what's this thing going to cost? Oh my gosh, it's free. It's $0. Fantastic. Let's again make a fake email. Let's say yes, we want to take this thing. Who wouldn't? So we're up to $2.50. No big deal. We'll use our credit card that's on file. That's fine. Yeah, we'll use a credit. You could obviously put in the 4242 to test it. We'll place the order. But now, because we've actually initiated a transaction, it should take us to our one-click upsell page where they can see their special one-time, ooh, nice hover effect. They can see that 1 hour coaching call. They can add it to their order. And you got a thank you page. And now you can see the total collected in this transaction was $150.25. Very, very cool. So the last question is, we've added this step into the flow, but what if they didn't actually put their credit card information in on the previous step? Will it still appear? Let's go ahead and show that. And I went all the way back to the dashboard. That was not necessary. Let's go back here and go through our checkout process one final time. And now that we've included that one-click upsell within our flow, the real question is, what if I don't put the information in? My fake email address is getting even more ridiculous. And so now let's just place the order here and not take the bump. So we've never put payment information in at this point. We'll hit place the order and let's see what happens. So here you can see it has actually skipped over the one-click upsell page because the transaction was closed. There was no real open transaction happening. This is whether you're using referential transactions on PayPal or if you're using the Stripe one-click upsell functionality that's built into Stripe. So there you go. Let me just kind of go here. So that little feature, I love that the functionality is there. I'm honestly thinking through the uses of it because here's kind of what I could see, the pros and cons. So the pros is you can go from getting a lead by getting a free offer and then directly go into having a good sale process there. You can get them directly in the checkout process, and with a low dollar value bump, you probably will have a pretty decent take rate there. So that's the good side. The downside of it is you also are asking your visitor to think about a couple of different things. So you don't yet have their email address. Now, maybe when the abandoned cart functionality comes in, that this concern might go away. But as of today, if they're in this checkout process and they put their email address in, but then they see the bump offer and they see that there's a price attached to it, and it's not just like a, submit your email address like people are used to doing at this point, that may drop your conversions a little bit, but you also may make more money off of the conversions you do have. You're taking people to where they're not just, okay, email, go. It's email, think, do I want this? Yes, no, click through. And you can see there's a little bit of spinning because WooCommerce is doing all the calculations and Cartflows are setting up the customized checkout experience for them. So jury is still out on this one. I'll definitely be implementing this with a test funnel. And what's amazing about this is that now you can very easily link, let's say, courses. If you're using LearnDash or Lift or LMS and you're connecting those courses to products, you can have free products and paid products and all these different things and really get creative with how you implement your sales funnels. Jury is still out on if this will be the way to go, but you won't know unless you split test it, you try it, you give it a shot, and you honestly give it its own effort. So I'm John from IncomeMesh.com. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, the like button, share it with your friends. And if you haven't signed up for Cartflows yet, what is wrong with you? Give it a shot. Go to my affiliate link if you'd like. It's IncomeMesh.com/Cartflows, and the link will be in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.